All right, hello and welcome everyone to another Left4Dead 2 shoutcast. Tonight we will be bringing you the grand finals. It is grand finals time for the really big tournament number 4. That's the fourth one. It's still really big. Might even be bigger. Not quite sure. But get ready for a great game tonight. I am Prodigy Sim, and I have with me Mr. Infested Soul. How are you doing this evening?
Yo, dude. It's a grand final. End of a tournament. We have come to a head.
Indeed. We're finally here. It looks to be a pretty big one. We're going to have 2 back-to-back games, too, because one team is from North America and one team is from Europe. And so we got to play on both servers.
2 video games in one. It's like a burrito video games.
All of the important ingredients of Left4Dead 2 competitive play mixed, served up hot, and there will be one winner. And that's going to be our stomachs, because it's a very delicious burrito. But who do we have here today? I think we made it to the finals, and we got for North America we've got Impulse Bangs Presto IBP classic team, and Lost in the Sauce for the European side.
Lost in the Sauce.
And I'm mildly familiar with these rosters. Do you know the full rosters of these teams Infested?
Somewhat. Yeah. I think so. I think I know everybody on both the rosters, but I don't remember the rosters like that aren't here. Like who might be.
Are you guys in a server again already?
I think I know everybody that's going to be in this game.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah. That's a good question. I guess we don't know who's going to be playing in this exact game until we're in server.
Sheep is on his way. No, Sheep is going to be later, I believe. But we'll see. We got Sir here for now.
I don't know where this server is. Oh, I think it's full. It says 11 out of 11.
You can join now. You can join now. He left.
I think I'm gonna pimp him in. All right, we're making it in. Nice and professionally.
He is on his way, ladies and gentlemen.
So wait, does this mean we have a full team in the server already?
We do.
Oh my gosh. All right, so it looks like on for Impulse Bangs Presto, starting off on the infected side, we've got Impulse, Adam, Nagi, and that's Rails, right? Or no, that's not Rails. Who is the @_@? Or is that just who they are?
That's Presto. That's Presto, my friend.
Oh, Presto.
And then Lost in the Sauce, we got Josie, we got Hydro, we got Thug Life, and Sir on the top. Sir's on the top as Nick.
Yep, top of the list. His server. He's got his name plastered all over this thing. Obviously fair and balanced. We'll see. It's probably going to be his server on the NA side too, isn't it? He's just going to be running this thing. Oh no, shenanigans. Here it goes. Looks like I have no idea how many people readied up, but we got
Lost in the Sauce.
Indeed. Does that means they're drunk, right? So are these guys just like completely sauced up?
Maybe.
About to play this Left4Dead game, and they made it to grand finals that way?
Jeez. It's happening, Captain.
It is
they got stuck though. Jimmy Jib's junior car couldn't go any farther.
That's true. Yeah, they do. They made it all the way to the grand finals in that thing, and had target here right at the start of Dark Hunt.
Oh, my trigger finger got tired.
Play this final match.
Yo, who's your daddy?
Oh man, I have not caught a lot of the games of this tournament, but I'm very glad that we're finally going to get to the grand finals for it.
Yo, I'm super excited too. Actually, we got a boomer tri-cap for our first hit.
Looks pretty good. Getting some classic what do you call that? Billboard. Billboard hits up, and here we go. We are live. Starting out on Survivor, we have Lost in the Sauce with Sir leading the way. Looks like we've got three Susies and one Chrome Shoddy right here. Gonna be a fairly early tank at 29%. Here comes the opening hit. Smoker gonna get wrecked. Boomer popped. Hunter lands for a little bit, looking for the charge on Sir, but it's not gonna happen. Mowed right down. Was that a DP then? That must have been a DP on that Hunter because Impulse has 18 damage on the board. Must have been like a small, like, you know, 8 DP or something.
Reloading. That's all I landed. They managed to pop Boomer, so they were able to. A little pushed up with this Boomer. Looked almost for a quick spawner, but couldn't find it. We have a tank coming up in the hands of Presto. With a Boomer landing too, but it's only going to be a single.
Still a move on the retreat. Doesn't look like it's going to slow him down too much though. They're keeping that Survivor safe, moving away. Tank just throwing some wild rocks pretty far away. Needs to close that distance to get sight before too long. This one looks like it's pretty much going to be taken care of by the time the tank's anywhere near.
Just lofting some rock. He's waiting for his hit. Deciding what he wants to do with the hit.
Yeah, it looks like we have another tri-cap. Not a single spitter so far today, and of course there shouldn't be any during the tank. But tri-cap gonna start coming in. Smoker looking for the pull to set up, maybe.
He's got it.
Dude get a quick pull. Charger gonna stumble away though, and Rock's not really going anywhere. This is Tank's still at 100% rage though, and he's lost 5 HP. So watch the chip, man. Watch the chip.
He's doing pretty good so far. He's just now starting to lose a little bit of rage. Only 10% still though. And he's gonna have a full hit up now, and he's gonna have a Boomer. Can they land something for him to possibly make him retreat on him?
Hit going in. Charger not quite gonna get the stumble. Everything else melted pretty quickly. The Survivor's been doing a really good job of forcing that LOS on the tank. The tank did manage LOS during most of that. And Boomer gonna get popped right there. Tank now down to 35% frustration and dropping. He may even just lose it right here. First pass anyway.
Pushing him a little bit. Yeah, they're pushing him a little bit.
Looks like he's keeping the health. Do you think this tank's gonna try to commit into the area instead of just playing rock?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. And once again, I think this is tri-cap. We've got Hunter, Smoker, and Church. Tank does look like he's rolling straight in, taking the high road down. A quarter of his health already. Spawns are spawning up. Gonna try to find a way in. Tank is under half at this point. He's looking for the corner, not gonna find it. There's a pull happening. Hunter's gonna get popped off with the one target available. And Survivor's cleaning this up. Rock not quite gonna make it. The tank is taken down with, I think that was maybe one punch on the board. But it was right as that Hunter was landing, so taken down pretty quick. Nicely handled by the Survivors.
Tank was able to land the punch, but it was quickly carved up again afterward.
Yeah, I guess, so this is EU server, so, like, I don't know. Normally I'd be like, shouldn't you just play that rock tank? But maybe they're thinking, like, it's a EU server, we just commit every tank and go for long arms. I don't know. What are you thinking about that committal?
I mean, he did not really take much damage, but you do have to run so far in that, like, unless you have the Boomer ready to go, it's not going to be easy to do anything. But really, like, what happened is he lost half his HP before he had any chance to get close to anybody.
Yeah, especially with those 3 Susies, right? Like, the Survivors can kind of sit anywhere and deal damage to that tank as he's walking in, and you know, he didn't get a chance to punch anyone until he made it all the way to the back fence. So that's just like, you have very few opportunities to make something happen with that kind of a commit. And as we saw, not a whole lot came out. Smoker landed, but before anything else could land, he got cleared. So Survivors will be pushing through, starting through actual push through the whole map.
Boomer. And it's a spitter. They have a 2-2 for this next hit right after tank as well. Not going to start off too well. Not with a Boomer popping. And they are going to be on the move. Maybe they will just hold tight so they can have something for the bridge and a full hit.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea, especially since they have that like smoker charger spitter. That can do some work here, and they need to start looking for like just any kind of damage. Trying to get a good spit setup makes a lot of sense, I think.
Reloading.
Survivors baiting it up, man. There's like no commons in this area. There's a few up to the front, but oh, there's hit coming in. Pull to the front. Actually, really nice charge off of the pole. Will the spit make it? It's pretty far. It does make it a little late.
This is a big hit. A lot of damage. He got the pound onto it, so it's a few extra points. Josie gonna have to commit some pills to keep themselves moving fast. That was a pretty good hit overall.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. I think if the spit had been a little sooner, maybe it could have been a bit more, but I mean, they still got most of the spit other than the god frames out of that, so looks pretty good.
We're gonna run the long card going on because of that. They're gonna go fast. They do not care right now.
Oh, separation cap in the front, getting a good few ticks on the thug life. And yeah, survivors, I mean, they do have pretty high health here. Running the map is pretty much what they want to do anyway, so I guess the car alarm doesn't matter that much. We should just let it go fast. But like getting boomed is probably worse than having the car alarm go off in some respects. Here comes the hill. Smoker is ready to try to go for it. Not going to find it though. Survivors make it all the way down. Sir split up in the back. They could try to hit.
They're gonna hit.
Holes go in. Takes a while to get the clear, but they do finally get it. Spitter not going to do much. Yeah, none of the rest of the SI could find anything there to help out that.
Oh man. But you do have a boomer, so they're gonna just coast on up with all watching go shot.
Yeah, that alarm board from the back suddenly doesn't look so strong when you get to just run away from it the whole level. The classic Left 4 Dead. Why don't they spawn the carbons in front of them instead of behind them? But it's just how it's got to be. And it looks like Safer, they're barely even getting spawns to go in on this. Hunter gonna get taken down. Charger.
Get them timing down.
Binary attacks one at a time from the SI going in right there. Just a little bit of delay, but shouldn't affect the survivor score at all unless they take a couple extra comments. They are making it in with almost a 600 bonus, it looks like.
Yeah, it was very, very good first map for them.
So yeah, lost in the sauce. Just under 1,000 points on first map of Dark Carnival. Now we'll have to see IBP's first survivor round here. That early tank, I mean, normally it's pretty easy, or a pretty sort of open area. Not a lot of worry about tanks committing. So the real danger, I still feel like the real danger is the rock tank. Could be wrong, but I mean, especially when your ping's higher, those rock skeets do not come in super easily if you're at any sort of a close range. Opening hit. They're all waiting by the buses. Hunter pre-spawns, looking for it, pulled to the front, not doing a whole lot. Charger almost finds out on and just a brief 5 damage from the Hunter right there. But they do get a nice 2 boom to end it off. Gonna slow the survivors up a little bit. Might make their retreat on this tank spawn a little less clean. And actually, they're getting enough chip damage here. It's almost the same as the first hit we saw last time.
Yeah.
I guess what we expected. If your opponents have high ping, a boom is going to be a little bit more effective, right? And here comes the hit on the...
They're going to meaty charger here to end it.
And looks like they're looking for that boom on the... as they go back over. Rock going to get skeeted off right there. Survivors sort of taking their time. I don't think this boomer's finally spawned. They actually managed
right
to...
away. Wow.
Yeah,
they might not be ready for this boomer if they run anywhere.
Reloading.
Oh, wow.
They got it. The spawn was pretty far away. They got that.
Yeah. I guess it's just a sack at that point. Not trying to really land that boom. But Josie moving up. His tank playing a lot more forward, taking some extra chip. And here comes the 2 SI hit.
And he's getting the rotation. He's getting the rotation to the bush. He's first pass, a little bit over half of it remaining. He's gonna see it there, run forward into the map. Trying to keep him.
Tank lost about 1,000 health at this point, but still on first pass. That's not gonna last very long. They don't really have spawns to keep alive, so either has to take damage or lose first pass.
Yeah, 15%. 10.
And second pass it is. So, I mean, this might end up being a forced commit as well with the tank at much lower health than the other one. However, the survivor's up on this card area. There are a lot more spawns available. Nothing really incredible as far as spawns, but there are more of them. And now he's going in under 3,500 health, almost down to half. Single boom onto Rochelle right there. That's a nice corner. They've got the jockey in front of it. He's just going to protect it with the rock. Manages to land it. Charger not finding anything. Tank can whip a punch right there. Jockey finally gets cleared, and the tank goes down. Just one rock, I believe, from that tank, but they got a ton of damage
Yes,
off of that jockey.
just that one rock was enough to be able to keep that boomed survivor clinched by that for that jockey for a long time. It's awesome.
Yeah, so not like, I mean, not a hugely impactful tank as far as like, you know, it's not wiping the survivors or anything, but compared to the first round, like that's like 2 or 3 times as much damage just from that tank fight. And the survivors have, I guess they had extra pills, so they didn't need to pop, but they do have 2 people sort of bleeding out pills at this point. So, oh, I guess it's pretty similar to the last round. It's just they've got a buffer of what, maybe
Well, there's
100 or
pills there
so.
too, so they're fine. We got a 2-2 here. It's not a very good one, though. This is actually not. Ooh, but a good double boom is going to hopefully hold them up long enough that they'll have new spawns for this alarm card coming up.
Indeed. IVP actually still has like 662 bonus on the clock, so they're ahead of
Reloading.
Just a little bit. One decent hit. We'll take that up.
still a good showing. Making good time. They passed the alarm car. They have a 3-1 here with Spitter. Ooh, this looks like could be a room hit with that charger. Although Smoker kind of looks like he wants to pull down. So maybe just be going for like generic tri-cap here. Looks pretty nice. I want to see if this jockey manages to rock it in from the rooftop. Pull going in. Charger, wow, cleared super well. But jock in the spin. That's, oh, and they get the pull down on a couple of them. Not bad damage onto Presto there.
Lost 30 points on that hit.
30 points. I mean, they're still up, and they've got like, what, if they manage to make good time, they've got like maybe 2 more.
Scary boomer, scary boomer. Another 2-2 though. The sack wasn't good enough. So they got another 2-2.
Look at all these comments in front of them. It's like,
Reloading
I
here.
feel like maybe they should shoot the alarm car so the comments all come from behind them or something. The survivors are having to take it a lot slower, and Presto is technically bleeding somehow. So I don't know. I guess that doesn't count yet. But the survivors are pretty close to actually
Look at
getting
this.
the pop.
He wants this arc boom. Oh my god, it's super good too.
Yeah, wonderful two boom there, and the punches onto Adam with that spit. So Rochelle having to pop pills. Yeah, there's the discrepancy right there. That was a great hit. That was a ton of damage onto Adam.
Yes, there was. I mean, they pop pills, so they lost some bonus. They're at 526. They are 70 behind. Walking right now. We're gonna see kind of a game we'll be looking at as they try to climb up this hill here. We got a tri-cap with the spitter. No charger though.
Reloading.
Yeah, maybe not the strongest of hits. Survivor's I feel like they're looking a little after that hit, sort of positioning all over the place. They did not get a high speed like run through this area, so they're having to take this next tilt hit. Pull gonna go in. Jockey, ooh, nice skeet on the hunt. Team skeet right there. And Smoker actually rotates to the back for another pull, but taken out pretty quickly. Survivor's gonna go through without too much more damage and keeping it incredibly close on the first round of the EU serve.
Reloading.
And nothing else is gonna touch him. 90 points.
Yeah, 90 points of difference. So we've got 904 for IBP to 992 for Lost in the Sauce. A pretty solid survivor showing for the opening map of this grand final game.
Yeah, wow. That's showcasing, alright. Whoa, man, that's sick though.
Yeah, those tank fights so interesting just to see. Like,
Neither of those tanks stood a chance.
yeah, not really. I mean, like, I feel like
It's not really entirely to the fault of the tanks too. You know, like, but like,
yeah.
because it just takes so much damage naturally trying to move around, getting to the survivors there because they're holed up.
I mean, Lost in the Sauce's tank, like given the situation he is in, I think that was an incredible tank. Like the way
It was pretty good.
he picked his positioning in front of that. He like saw the jockey getting the cap, took his position there, protected it, got the rock. He got a huge amount out of that.
Almost got to follow it up with punch. He got really unlucky, I think. Just died.
Wow. Opening hit going in there. Josie goes out by himself, gets boomed, gets the skeet while boomed on that hunter, and then takes down the spitter as well. So that's the opening hit from IBP there. Has Lost in the Sauce. Opens up their survivor hat.
That was a fast start too. I wish it wasn't even ready. But that was an awesome take by Josie there.
Yeah, very, very quick start. Team Z eager to ready up. We have a tank later on in this map, 69% up.
Interesting. I like it. I like it. We've got a good double cap coming out here.
Nice, yeah, nice quick 2-cap on those hunters. Getting a few ticks. Unfortunately, stealing from the jockey there, but the hunter probably, I mean, gets a good amount of just because of the 2-cap they had. And Survivor's going to be making it through to Warehouse here. Looks like the team Lost in the Sauce is really, I mean, maybe it's pings, maybe it's just how they're taking the booms, but it feels like their Survivor half is able to move a lot quicker than IBP so far.
I'm making noise for it. Trying to get a distraction for this. Charger's going to land. Yes!
Oh, the spin just barely too short.
Oh, man.
That would have been huge. I mean, that was already a really good hit between like the smoker and the charger both covering it. But man, the spit would have really just added a bunch more to that too.
Yeah. My gosh. That was awesome though.
Yeah. So
and they're on the move. They're on the move with a boomer. Blocking them now. Holding them up. You saw them
again.
For a moment.
Oh, look at
he's
this
still gonna
the
let a double
back.
off of it. A double charge with a double boom.
Jockey manages to get it at the end. That's around the corner with Coach taking him into this room. Ooh, wow. There's been no tank yet, and look at this damage on the. We've got Sir already down to slow, and
this
Coach.
Has been very good last couple of hits from the infected team. As they're about to climb the ladder to be ready to fight this.
Yeah, what the heck?
One more hit, I believe.
Spawning?
They're definitely going to take here. There's a spit coming in, and it's just mainly a sack at this point. Gonna have a charger going in, and they have a hunter and a boomer. With Adam becoming the tank, I believe he was the charger. We have a boomer and Nagi that he might be putting some little bit of trust into, giving a little bit of patience, but he's gonna have to run up the staircase. He's in. He's definitely in.
I don't know where that boomer is going to find the boom, but he is looking for it. He's going for it right now on the reload timing.
Almost got
That's a nice corner by the tank, and nobody else is shooting him at this point. This tank has free reign onto. That's the cap. They still have 2 cappers up. Jockey going to get taken down though. Hunter really low. Can this tank manage to do anything with his last 25%? He kills the hunter from behind. Oh, that's not good.
It's not good, but he does get the punches onto Thug Life to get rid of almost all of his remaining bonus in permanent health. But yes, the rest of his hit does get shut down. He gets an amazing corner, I would say so as well, because he gets half his HP remaining before he goes for the recall.
Quick little boom there, maybe slowing down the survivors, but yeah. No, that tank, the way he committed and managed to split and get that boom was incredible.
It was still a really good hit coming in here. Able to keep Rochelle clinched up for a little bit longer. The jockey distracts, but he could not actually land. But they are slow. I think they are permanently slow at this point. Thug Life climbing up the staircase.
Yeah, they are. Oh, I wonder if that's going to slow him up on the event. Might get an extra hit out of that. Is anyone else near slow? We kind of got Sir at 50. If they can manage to get him slow, that's 2 survivors sort of slumming it through this very good round.
I want this hit to be big. This hit's going to be big.
don't have a boomer, which is probably good. Is this a quad? No, it's a spitter. That's a spitter now. That's probably good too, though. I mean, this is a. This looks
They're
like
gonna
this
hold out.
could wait out a hit here.
Yeah, they're gonna hold out. They're gonna let themselves bleed.
Yeah, that's 3 people bleeding. They're gonna have at least 2 slow, if not 3. I don't know if they want to do this, but they are going for the hit. There goes the charger, just looking for it.
Here it is. Oh, and he went.
Is that
lands
split
it.
even hitting? It is hitting a little bit, maybe.
It's barely hitting, but it's hit. And the death spit blocks progress a little bit.
Haidu is slow though, so they got most of what they wanted out of that hit. Josie running up to the front to turn off the event. Sir actually found some pills in the back, so making up for some lost time there. Are they gonna try to get this in cap onto Thug Life? Boomer finds a 1 onto Josie.
They
Maybe not the
gotta
best
get a
play.
hit. This is it. Oh, they almost had her. Could have been a good jockey there, but that is gonna be them, I believe, being able to walk into safe room that they can protect.
As long as Thug Life is stayed.
Still an okay bonus.
Wow.
Not as good as the map before, but still gonna be an okay bonus logging in at 307.
Lost in the sauce, keeping it together there. Even with 3 people slow, managing to find some pills, managing to keep it together, keep everyone safe, and make it to that safe room with a 309 bonus. Very well done right there. I'm fine. I got my spectator HUD up and can check out the health of the survivors. And everything. Things are good, and the next round is starting.
Gonna land here too.
Everything cleared pretty quickly. A little bit of spit damage, I think that was on Nick. Oh no, I think that's the boomer damage going on onto him, but pretty cleanly taken anyway, or damage avoided. Not clean when you're covered in boomer puke, but.
No, boomer puke.
Survivor's making it through there. That tank fight, I wonder how it's gonna go for Lost in Sauce. I think, like, the tank and the boomer did so well for IVP last, and then the other 2 SI just unfortunately couldn't get up. And it didn't happen. Nice charge back. What is that charge? And a separation. Look at this tri-cap!
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, that was a
huge hit!
That was an SI quad, and 3 of them landed. This jockey's still not cleared. Look at the health amounts here. Just absolutely nuts. We've got Presto went down to 11 health. He's popped pills. Adam's lost popped
I
pills.
did not think that Charger was gonna hook that guy, and he just took him for a ride.
Yeah, that was that was insane. I don't know how all those landed. It's like as soon as that first 100 died, I was like, oh, the things are fine. And then, nope. Beautiful 3-cap. Charger gonna get cleared mid-charge right there. Spitter not even really getting a chance. Maybe some delay. Boomer gonna hit Adam in the front, who's now gonna take the whole board by himself. Good thing he has that melee weapon.
Yeah, he's carving it up, and they just need to keep pushing. Need to keep on pushing with 2 bleeding now already. That's scary.
Yeah, it's not the position you want to be in with a tank. Like, I mean, they're gonna have to play that tank almost the exact same way we saw Lost in the Sauce play it. Like, they need to push up, they need to try to get chip on him, but they need to try to force that fight as soon as possible, so they aren't bleeding out insanely. And their health does not look good for this situation with as much map as they have left. Next hit is ready. We've got a Boomer 3-1 for the alleyway. Maybe they'll get another crazy tri-cap.
The exact same hit they had last time. I'm excited. Boomer also pre-spawning. Boomer also pre-spawning.
Smoker not finding it. Jockey to the front though with a rolling 2 caps right now. Little bits of chip damage here and there. Oh my gosh. He scratches Adam. Adam runs out of permanent health, and they're gonna have to pass some pills around. If they do find one more set, I think, maybe.
Oh, they're pushing up. They only have that 1 more set while they're gonna go to spawn this.
I wonder if
They
they
are
noticed.
worse for wear. They are definitely worse for wear.
I wonder if they noticed where Lost and Sauce found their extra pills.
Sir, spawning up his tank right now in the bottom of the pit. He's gonna climb the staircase. He also has a boomer in the hands of Josie right behind them. Can he get the spawn? He does. He's gonna land.
One boom, taking about half health.
He's finally gonna get a corner, maybe.
He kind of gets a corner, but surroundings are everywhere. Yeah, look at that punch off of the edge. Jockey sending him down. Coach trying to get the clear. This tank has all of the separation right now. Coach punched off.
Jesus.
Instant cap onto Nagi. There's 2 survivors left standing, and they are split.
What a tank going out there by Josie, by Sir. I mean.
Yeah, wonderful. The survivors felt like they didn't get a lot of chip on them coming
Punch at
in.
the very end. You got the punch at the very end, right after the rooftop.
Yeah, Nagi. Getting punched off.
Gosh, what is this? Insane.
Oh, they knocked the piss out of me.
Just throwing.
You just gotta
throwing the
crawl.
right
They gotta
punches
crawl
in
to
the
safety
right
at this
place.
point.
Next hit coming in, mostly just delayed. Charger actually going to charge off the spitter. Actually, they're looking for despawns. Gonna save those spawns for the next hit. Not a terrible decision, I guess. They do have 3.
Didn't lose anything, so it's not that bad. They get a very much faster hit here. They get to set up in front before they get to this possible ammo. And oh, and he does land on a Nagi. Nagi might go down here. He does. Oh, he does.
Down. Josie keeping his jockey. Looks like he's gonna set.
Sir is gonna keep his smoker though. Valuable in the back and be able to just taunt them reckless. Oh, and he gets a scratch onto Ellis and plays the pickup at the same time.
Should have time to get these pickups here. Got a couple seconds before Hydro comes in. He is in as a hunter though. Not gonna find it. Do they find pills here? I don't think they do. No pills. I wonder if they even know where that set of pills that this lost found was. It's a pretty busy time. Boom coming in. Hunter looking for those scratches on Nagi.
They're trying to kill. They know they're trying to kill.
Presto's gonna go down right here to the spit. Yep, and they've started the event. I don't know if survivors are gonna make it to the safe room. That is a tall order right now. Nagi is black. Presto will be black and white when he gets up. And, not a lot of help on the survivors.
Oh no, this is dangerous. Might be the end.
In cap onto Adam. Nagi so close to dying right here.
Nagi!
Presto and Nagi both.
He is dead. He's been killed by his own. No, and this might be the end with the hunter coming in to also
oh my gosh.
onto Presto.
Just needs to land his cap onto Impulse, and there it goes.
And it's going to be them being vanquished for that map.
Wow. What a wonderful tank play by Sir, and just setting them up for that tank to do so well is all the damage they did with SI on the first half of the map, starting with that wonderful strike cap. So wow, really, SI-wise, lost in the sauce coming into their own map 2, showing some of that EU power.
That was a good, strong map.
1796.
They got lots of damage on that tank fight.
Yeah. No, it's, I don't know. I didn't see much other than like the tank there. It's just like the boom was in, and like the survivors were just not able to get a ton of damage on that tank while it was punching the boom player, and just like, you know, one wrong punch and there was so much separation between the survivors. The jockey taking, I believe taking Ellis down to the lower level. The separation was beautiful, and the punches were clutch.
Yeah, it was some fun stuff. Boomer landed right away. As the tank committed. The tank did seem to take a little bit longer in securing his first fellow, but once he started getting his claws into the survivors, they all started running in different directions. And ate a lot.
Indeed, that was our opening hit here. The old Dark Carnival, send everything the hallway in the Tunnel of Love. And yeah, nothing on the board for IBP yet. When is this tank coming in? 24%, so Survivor's actually pushing to spawn that tank right now and take it back to the opening area. One would have to assume. Ooh, Boomer looking for it, but he's going to get popped in the back.
Hunter is spawned up, made no noise, and now the Charger is going to give away the whole of that. Oh, that's going to be it. Pretty good shutdown here right before the tank spawns up into the hands of Impulse. Starts in the spawn room itself. There is no hope of ever really pushing that tank there. And they are on the way back with a Charger in tow. Gonna land for a little bit of chip damage onto Sir. They're keeping the tank at bay though. They really need to have this boomer land or set up for the tri-cap. They need to make a decision.
Yeah,
Scary.
so
He's gonna
sacking that
sack it.
charger off, I wonder if that's just for like damage or if they have like an SI setup that they're wanting to get there, like maybe all mobility cappers or something like that. I'm not sure. I mean, charger is a pretty mobile capper. Maybe smoker's better than a charger.
We have a smoker and a hunter, and they're about to have, I think, a jockey. I don't think another hunter.
Oh, well, it's a tri-cap.
It is a tri-cap.
And Impulse is going in with it, it looks like. Down to 4,100, not getting the pull past the tank they were looking for it. Survivors kind of funneling themselves to the side. Nice punch onto Josie. Not finding the corner right there. There's tank going around in circles. The caps are coming in. No one's able to cap Josie. Tank getting a few punches onto Coach. But that tank is down. Hunter getting some damage in the back.
A little bit of damage onto Josie finally by the second hunter. But they are on the move, all of them fast. This is looking pretty good here for the survivors on map 3 opening up.
Josie just had some fancy footwork there. I think he dodged the smoker like twice and took a lot of time away from both the tank and the hunter. Impulse's tank just couldn't decide like where he wanted to spend his attention.
Yeah, the spitter coming in here to do a little bit of chip damage onto Hydro. But all in all, that hit is also not going to go so well. And they are on it. They're going to be downstairs, and I believe almost going to be
Yeah,
the
maybe
next
one
ammo
more.
area before they really have any.
Depends on how much the comments slow them up. Looks like they're having a little trouble. This area always gets filled with comments after that drop. It seems like.
There's a lot, or not.
Charge coming in from the front, not finding anything. Pounce looking for it in the back. They do manage to get a pounce onto Josie. Pretty good spread.
A little bit of chip, but he's still not slow. He still doesn't have to come at those pills until they find extra.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if they manage to get to this
around,
the roller coaster with 4 sets of pills, they could definitely make it.
Over this fence.
Reloading.
And that is that's pretty much the coaster right there. SI setting up on the top. We have Charger, Jock, Smoker. They go ahead and start it up. This is pretty much the SI you want to try to capitalize on this first coaster section.
Very scary. And they have a hunter. They have a quad cap.
Ooh. So yeah, they could always, like, if they aren't quite getting what they want, they could definitely transition it into a quad cap. Survivor's actually acting like they're waiting it out, but you can't, like, you'll run out of ammo if you wait this out, right? I don't know. What do I think?
They're going in. They're going in.
Charge not to land.
Everything
cleared, Jockey gets cleared. And Survivor's getting a nice push.
They're going to push up right now. This is looking very good for Survivors. Pull is not going to land. They're going to be ready for it. Oh, and they do. They get rid of it. And so they're going to be waiting on the next hit now. They're going to be on the move here. They have so many points right now. Still have over 70% of the bonus.
Yeah, the last 2 hits did not really do a whole lot to these Survivors whatsoever. They've got another 3-1 here with the spitter. Getting ready to put it in, but there's not really a great place to hit with these. I mean, what are you going to do? Run a Charger up a wall? They are doing it. Charger's looking for it into the spit. Getting a few good kicks on the
really
spitter.
good hit, actually.
Yeah, for the situation. It's too bad that it didn't turn into like a charge off the coaster there, but about as good as you could hope for in a spot like that. And lost in the sauce.
But
Heading towards pretty much the last show.
they have 2 specials that could really cause a trouble here with this Charger and this Jockey. And the Boomer is going to land a triple boom. He's going to hold.
That's a separation spit actually right there. Looking for it with the Jockey under Josie, but there's the M2.
Jockey. It's over for him.
Sent to the Shadow Realm with those mouse 2 attacks by the Survivor player. And that's basically safer. Maybe we'll see this Boomer, some triple spawn here finally, but yeah, Boomer super popped. Nobody's really finding spawns. There comes a couple hunters gonna try to make some noise right here at the end, but those are pretty quick clears. The Survivors walk into the safe room with an 805 bonus.
Make
804.
a clean 3,200 points at the end of map 3.
Wow.
Pretty good so far.
That means the campaign's over on Valhalla, right?
Sauce.
That is yeah, that is a powerful number to see up there. And now it's time for, I mean, this is EU, this is their server. But now it's time to see if IBP can they even make it through this. We'll have to see. I mean, that tank can certainly be a lot more devastating than we saw it be on the first half. I think just some difficult like cornering on that first half, stopping a lot of damage from that thing. We'll have to see that opening Boomer sack. The rest of the SI being held. I wonder if Lost in the Sauce plan on holding this for their team.
Reloading.
They certainly haven't sent it in. They actually have a quad cap right now. And it looks like they're sending it in. Jockey going in from the front. Pouncer pouncing around. Gets a pull in the back. That Hunter on the front got cleared. And so not much coming out of that quad. 15 damage on the board.
I'm reloading.
The tank does go into the hands of Hydro. Looks like a Hydro tank here as the Survivors make their way back.
Hydro tank! With a Boomer coming in. You're gonna manage to pop it though. That was scary looking for a second.
Gosh, I completely missed or came in from Charger. Looking for actually getting a punt on Adam as he walks back.
Tank has nothing. Tank has to play safe. So he's gonna lose the first pass, I believe. This is gonna be a commit on whatever these spawns are gonna show up.
Yeah, probably so. It's going to take a while for him to get a full hit, and you don't really want to take a lot of chip. But here they have a Boomer with it. They just sacked the Jockey right there. Smoker looking for a sack as well in the back. Not finding anything. I think this Boomer's looking for a spawn, and it's funny, Adam is just sitting there staring him down. While the tank, who is on second pass, doesn't have a lot of frustration left, like 35%. Trying to go in.
He has to rely on the Boomer now. He has to rely on the Boomer. What is going to happen here? This is
such a
really scary.
standoff there.
He's in 10%. He has to go.
He's going for it. He does manage to push him out of the spawn. Boomer coming in, getting triple boom. Nice pounces landing on that separation right there. They've got them in the corner. Hydra looking for it. Quarter to top left. Charger does land. They have one more Survivor standing. She's using double pistols to try to kill off the... It's not happening!
That's a wipe. That's a wipe.
There's one more punch. Nagi's down. Impulse the last one left. This tank only has 500 health left. Maybe Impulse can survive, but Adam's already dead. That Hunter plus...
So much hard.
Just shredding him up there. So Rock landing on the Impulse, and that's going to take the intro. He needs 200 health left on him, and... Gonna get some help from the Hunter there, but Impulse goes down. What a tank by Hydro.
What a Boomer landing.
Yeah, I don't know how he got...
Waiting so long. He was 10% rage, and he runs in, and the Boomer just right behind the tank as it like becomes a goalie of sorts, just throws a triple boom all around the Survivors.
I don't think I've ever spawned as a Boomer right there. Like, after the Survivors leave, you know, you try to spawn as a Boomer right after they leave and come around the corner. That never works that well. That is incredible. Yeah, like you said, the tank shield, I guess. Incredible SI just all around on that, supporting that tank too. And, I mean, at the bottom of his frustration, he went down to 200 health by the end of it, just really using his resources there on Hydra's tank.
They got that major separation. You get the Hunter kill on the triple boom. That was awesome. we're gonna see them with a pretty good 1,800 point lead.
Now, is map 4 the last map? Question mark. I mean, we are on an EU server, right? So map 4 should be the last one. I don't know if they're playing finale. Oh, look at that DP!
Ooh,
Going in for a high DP, not fine. But
Yeah,
2
very
pounces.
good at that. There's a lot of damage going on to Josie, actually.
Yeah, that's a solid amount. I mean, we've seen some pretty
They
crazy.
have a set of builds for arms, but it really doesn't matter, to be honest. He's gonna burn through those stuff, whether it matter.
The tank is very late, yeah, too. It's at 85%, so they're definitely not coming back. Helicopter's going. You can tell the survivors have deleted sounds, but they're still going forward with the helicopter. Nice. Pounce landing right there.
Oh,
Actually,
Charger landing the pound off of that.
wow, so that's basically, what's that, like another 25 damage on the board from that Charger. Beating up these survivors at a pretty good pace. I mean, this map isn't super long, but these are solid hits as far as like what should be in a match like this. Next hit is actually only a 2-2. There goes the boom sack. I'm just gonna throw these in real quick. It looks like Pounce not gonna land. Jockey looking for it. Gets a little bit of a jock, but survivors are gonna keep it moving.
Through this door.
Are they gonna have to drop off of the roof here to spawn this tank, or is it gonna be on the roof? I wonder. It's 85, and the survivors are currently at 74. It's like really close. I think they'll still be on the roof, but I don't know. 79, 80, 81, 82, 83.
So close. It's gonna be up top though, unless they really force it.
It's so close. Yeah, I mean the survivors could like pull down. It still says 83, man. I don't know. They might have to drop it. Oh, there it goes.
There it
Hit
goes.
is up.
And the smoker tries to get the pole, but is not gonna manage it.
No, survivors, and they're gonna drop off the roof, take the safe retreat. That tank is behind him actually. There, it looks like they're thinking about going and getting some damage. Josie's getting a little antsy.
Not
And
yet.
Charger, ooh. I think he
Yeah,
tried to rock it off.
everything is dead. Everything is dead right now. He has dumpsters outside, but they are running inside. Doesn't matter.
He needs to get the dumpsters outside to go inside, so he can use them to delete the dumpsters inside. Oh. Anyway, yeah, this tank in the hands of Nagi. I don't think he's gonna go for those dumpsters.
No, he definitely isn't at this point. He's hoping this tri-cap is gonna do him justice here as he commit. He lands a good punch on the Sir right away. Jockey's not going to be able to land on the back guy though. That could have been really good. Could have started out something big. But this is still lots of damage going out here on.
Should be an in cap onto Hydro. Is that a quarter? No, they do get the in cap onto Hydro. So Tank practically by himself manages to get 2 in caps. I mean, pretty good performance in that respect. But yeah, most of those SI not finding a lot to do. The Hunter got skeeted. The Jockey.
The Jockey could have started the domino effect there because that guy was separated. They would have had to have done something about it.
Well, that was Josie though, right? I mean, Josie. I feel like Josie's just like you gotta send like 3 SI on Josie. He's been doing insane this game.
This is good. Still though, this is good. They went back to that set of pills, but they actually are getting slowed down by this. So I don't know if it was worth it. We'll see. Probably was. So.
It's kind of their game to decide at this point. I mean, they're pretty far ahead score-wise. They're going to have to perform on the NA server as well, though. So, yeah. It's a question of how far do they think they can push it. Nice charge. The next 2 cap actually landing that Hunter, getting skeeted once again, but wow, great damage from both of those cappers. And a boom to go on top of it. Actually, single boom here. Well, as far as I can be able to run this deck, carefully with boom. Sometimes getting boomed in this area can be good because it kind of helps the survivors progress quicker through that.
They're beat up a little bit. They can't be fast anymore on the run. We're gonna have a boomer coming in here. And they got the hit. This is a 2-2. I was mistaken last week. This is a 2-2. With the hunter getting skeeted though, they are not in great danger for that spit. And they are going to be able to at least march up this alleyway, I think, here.
Wow, yeah, they bled so much, they probably should not have gone back to those pills. Thug life.
Reloading.
Gonna be slow. I mean, are they gonna use these pills? Sir's just holding on to them.
They're
Like,
going to use them to give them to him.
There's not a lot of common remaining, maybe they are just waiting it out. There was a jock landing briefly, Charger gonna whip, and the spitter not even quite able to get anything. They did throw the pills to Thug Life, and theoretically, like, the horde is done once they kill off these comments, I think.
They're on the move, they are on the move. The hit is not up right now, they are taking free ground. They're moving. Where do they think they're gonna stop? Boomer's gonna land. It's only one though. They're just sending one by one, they're going in by one. It's not enough.
Indeed they are.
Onto the jockey.
And yeah, I mean, without the full horde there, it's kind of hard to get a huge amount there, but no, they did not. 220 bonus still from that.
On your home server, they got beat up for a little bit though. If they can take a little bit of chip back on this map, that'd be a good small victory.
Yeah, definitely so.
Get some points back in this map, but we'll have to see. It's not.
Oh yeah. Look who hasn't.
Not gonna be easy. Jeez. Saw what happened last map. It was rough.
Yeah, well, last map was nuts. The previous map also was pretty insane. As far as loss of the sauces impacted play, so we'll see how it goes here. Look at that hunter just going for a quick scratch.
Cheeky, and he gets it, and he gets away too.
Oh my gosh, they should spam at him. He's got like no help. And Survivor's coming out. Here comes the hit. One hunter gonna get skeeted. That other one can't survive much longer. Boomer manages to get one and a scrap. But Survivor should be able to move pretty quickly through here.
On hit.
So, yeah, I mean, IBP doing okay for that opening hit. There were a couple of pretty good damaging hits early on for their infected half here. The helicopter started, and the hit is coming in on the helicopter. Charger, wow, getting skeeted, but the hunter in the back, nice 2-cap. Impulse taking a fair amount of damage right there. Looking pretty similar performance-wise between those two ranks.
Reloading.
And these survivors have a long second game ahead of them. Did we decide whether the fourth map is the last map, by the way? We did not decide, so we'll have to find out.
I can't see shit.
Somebody knows, but I do not.
I know sometimes they play finale, but if you're gonna play like 2 servers, oh, nice charge landing there with the spit. Impulse actually taking some of that spit damage as well. Oof, look at that.
Lots of shit going on here. They're gonna make it to the ammo, and then they're gonna deal with one more hit before a tank.
I think the infected might hold for the tanks.
You
I don't know. I mean, it
right on that too.
definitely
Like
wasn't very effective last
They
time.
want. I wonder if they are gonna go also try to go for this pull.
Yeah, that would be if they get that pull, then that's like that's gotta be like GG, right? I mean, I know you still fight the tank there, but it's pretty.
I was just told that we will play through finale.
All right, so not the last map. We've got a finale going on.
Yeah. Kaboom, come on.
Oh, we're gonna get popped. Smoke is still sitting there looking for it. They can't spawn the tank!
They cannot spawn the tank.
Oh, they can't spawn the tank! Left 4 Dead 2 is a very bug-free and high-quality gaming franchise. Looks like Sir is gonna enable the cheat. so that survivors can spawn the same tank as them. There goes Adam, no clips in there.
They're going. Oh my god.
And yeah, no SI hit there. That I guess that killed their smoker. Like, what was their smoker gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, pull him while he's no clipped? So the survivor's gonna pretty much a free run back. Looks like they're not getting any chip on that tank though while it happens. Spinner actually gonna get killed off. Maybe they will look for some chip here. I would be. Ooh, jumps happening a little bit. It goes up on the rooftop though. I don't know if this is what the tank wants. He has one dumpster, not messing with it. Oh, it is messing with it. Got some spin on it, but no, it's not going in. He is on second pass, 75%. He can't mess with that dumpster anymore. He will lose it if he goes for it. They have a boomer with this too. This looks like an even worse SI setup. That boomer looking for managed to get two. There's the corner right there onto impulse. Gonna take the in cap in 3 punches. If he goes for Nagi next, Nagi gonna get charged actually. Pull happening. The charger got cleared, but Nagi taking some punches now. Double life, 1200 health.
This is a white still. No, he's gonna die.
It's gonna be Adam going down so close. Tank's still alive.
Close.
He gets punch right before his punch goes out, that punch landed.
Oh my gosh, they're not dead. They're not dead.
Presto barely alive, pops the pills. He needs to figure out how to get these 3 survivors
Adam
up
is dead.
before
Adam
another
is dead.
smoker or something.
Adam is for
Oh,
sure.
Adam is dead. Scratched down. 2 hunters coming in. They're gonna look for it. They aren't gonna be able to keep them in cap.
Oh my.
But they're gonna go for the hit anyway. Maybe get the spit on top of it. There's a lot of
There's
common.
a lot of damage going on.
Impulse going down again.
Jeez. What a tank going out there. Getting a double boom on that boomer and the entrance.
And the charger landing, the smoker landing. Like, if that charger didn't get cleared by the survivors, it would have like 1000% been over. And
Oh my.
wow, that tank almost clutched it out too. He was swinging that punch while he... Looking for the pullback right there. 3 survivors left. They are pretty high health. They aren't wasting their time going back for extra pills. So they will be trying to make it through the rest of this map. But, you know, I mean, one good tri-cap and it's...
They are hurting.
I'm hurting. Just watching them. The struggle is real.
On the boomer. Just a sec. I think Coach should get away from it, but I'm not sure. Nope.
Tri-cap attempt coming in right here. Charger gonna whiff. They did manage to get the 2 cap right there, and Charger actually doing a little bit of interference, but it's not gonna last for too long. Everyone did get cleared. Nagi, very, very low now though. And he's boomed. These are... I don't know if he's gonna make it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get in capped right there and die.
Oh man, they're walking.
Oh, that was Nick next. Dude, I totally thought Nick was a comment. This bad man.
Feels bad. They're walking though. This might do them in. This hit might do them in. And one of these is gonna do them in. Oh, there it goes down again.
Right while he's jumping, here comes the SI Charger looking for some goofy charge while as a distraction goes in, slowing the survivors down. Says 2 commons remaining, right? So
Horde
I mean,
will
there's
die
still a lot
out
of
soon.
commons.
Horde will die out soon. But this is still active and they're gonna delay again. They're gonna delay.
He's looking for a DP, I think.
They're gonna
He's
be in here again.
Oh my gosh.
Slowly killing off Nagi. Are they actually gonna be able to pull off this and get these last 2 survivors?
They have a tri-cap.
Come on, come on.
It looks like it's going in. Hockey looking
in. This is gonna end it.
Cap. And that's the end cap on Rochelle. Yep, there goes the end cap on Presto. And that is map 4. Lost in the sauce. 3920. 3,920. Impulse Banks Presto's 1,845. That is still just over a 2,000 point lead for Lost in the
Lots of
Sauce.
points. Lots
do
and
still
lots
have
of points.
I mean, so most of those maps, it looked like either team, either team could have survived it. I feel like, except like, the tank fights went really well. They had some good SI hits. The finale, isn't the finale like? Oh, they're still the early tank, I guess, right?
Still the early tank.
It's still the early tank. So, yeah, a lot ends up coming down to that early tank, right? It's like, are they
Early tank
bleeding
is
or not?
really big swing factor here, maybe.
Certainly could be, and it's another sort of closed-in area, which their tanks have been doing pretty well. Anytime they could get a corner quickly, IBP looked a little bit stronger on these.
At least have more opportunity.
House actually managing to go in there with the triple. And the tank spawns a little bit later. No idea who it's going to. We have had everyone have a tank now for both teams. Round about 5, and here it goes. The tank in the hands of Nagi. Survivor's actually pushing pretty far forward. Looks like they're going to back up. Is Nagi going for the forklift?
He's going for it. They're going to push out, possibly.
Survivors are pretty spread out there. They did just.
They're pushing out. They want to push out. They want to push out.
Hunter's keeping them scared.
Look, they want to push out.
They're coming out. They're coming out. Forklift needs to go in, like, right meow.
It's rolling in, but it doesn't land. No! Oh my, very risky situation right now.
Yeah, this is bad. Survivors on the outside, basically full health, and tank can't even really play with that forklift. So this turns into like a Dark Carnival finale rock tank all of a sudden. When they could have, I really feel like they should have pushed in and went for like the closed-in area where arms are a thing. I don't know.
He has all of his health right now, but that forklift is stuck in that area now. He has to hit it more than once to really do anything with it. He's going for it anyway. He hits it. He's gonna hit it twice. It's out in the open now. Where's he gonna go with it? Oh, way high up.
Tank, it looks like he's just pushing in without it now. They're going to try to go for the caps here. There's a lot of running room. Josie managed to shoot the tank around again. He's down to 30% health. Managed to get a beautiful rock and a charge. He can protect that. Can the Hunter find Josie? No, Josie going to take him down.
It's not going to be a wipe.
Sir.
I don't think this is going to be a wipe yet.
He can maybe stay alive. Oh, look at that deagle.
Jesus. Just carving into him there. I think this is going to kill him off.
Oh, he managed to get the rock onto Josie.
That's going to kill him off. And he's going to, all in all, getting the hittable to actually be active was superb. And causing some fight right in the survivors' eyes, I believe.
Yeah, that was definitely the right. I feel like that was the right call to push in. That hittable, I feel like, was pretty lucky. He's throwing it like center stage, and Hydra just sits there. The classic zero awareness, like, oh, he didn't throw it anywhere, and it just rolls around and hits him in the back.
Hey, we might need these.
But yeah, I mean, still a great hittable control by Nagi there. Tons of damage for that open here.
Charger's knocking over the line.
Another hit taken out. I mean, they only have 2 survivors bleeding here, so I mean, it's well within the realm of possibility that they could survive this. There's 2 more sets of pills on stage.
Yeah, they could survive.
Yeah, it's the classic positioning here up near the top. Doesn't really give the SI a lot of spawns, and the spawns they do get, they have to walk in from a pretty good distance. Meanwhile, survivors suddenly just beagles. Quick clear on the pounce on Ellis, and Charger not finding anything.
Pull yourself together, man.
I think we have another round of board before the tank, or maybe just the tank. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I don't know. I think it's another round over.
This finale is so wonky. It sounds like we messed up the tank spawn counts. Yeah, okay, another round upward. Just gotta switch the light, kill off whatever tank was about to spawn, and get ready for the next one.
Oh! Getting that boomer right at the end of that hit. Maybe they'll get a really good next hit off this tri-cap or something.
Well, landing the booms, I think, does extend the horde sections a little bit on these finales, so it's definitely good to land them whenever you can. Especially when you have two people bleeding out like this. I mean, both of those players are going to have to pop their pills before the next tank.
Okay, it's gonna last for a bit.
SI getting ready for spawns. Another 3-1. Cole managing to find it. The Charger not getting anything. Josie speeding at him on the other side.
Oh, still taking damage on the railing of all things. Oh my god. This dude was on the railing there.
Where's the consistency valve? Railings are supposed to be safe. That's what I learned. L4 Dead taught me.
Reloading.
And that
Gonna be a tank
is
spawn.
light switch. Yeah, it should be the tank.
Last hit for tank.
Looks like Tri-Cap coming in, managed to get in cap on the Hydra there, who is letting himself go pretty low. They did get a 1 boom onto Josie. Tank
He's gonna
in
be
the hands of
tank able to go somewhere for free if you want to, but he's not.
Looks
He's
like
hiding out. He's hiding out
less for now.
because they probably don't know where he is yet.
I think
Oh,
they
they
figured
actually
it
do.
out.
They're shooting at him already.
You've
Wow.
been found out, sir.
Already on him.
And Pulse moving up. Looks like he's going to go to the rooftop. Hit coming in. They do land a pounce. Smoker unable to find anything. Looking for the pull on Josie. A little bit too late there. And yeah, Impulse not taking a huge amount of chip. Going to get tickled a little bit, but he looks like he's going to play Rock Tank from the roof.
Reloading.
Juggling that LOS as the survivors try to deagle him up. Dudes, I mean, they do have drop off, but that's like 50 damage a shot. That's not too bad.
Pretty good, yeah. Ooh.
Next hit coming in right here, looking for the rock. Boomer not finding anything. Nice rock onto the edge of Sir right there. Boomer is still unable to get any. How many M2s is that? There he goes, finally.
Reloading.
So Impulse took about 1k chip in total and traded it for 1 rock. I mean, that's not too bad when you have
It
these
is
two
not
survivors.
too bad. It's not too bad.
Two survivors bleeding. You do still have 2 more sets of pills
Now
in
with Uzi here. More chip on him now with Uzi here. Ooh,
Wow.
ooh, lots of damage. 66%, 4k.
Another 1,000 gone for nothing. Pull. Tried to get that pull onto Hydra up there to punish his
Oh, that rock was so close. He's not gonna land it though. They're gonna come and chip him some more.
Yeah, this is in trouble now. Survivors know there's no SI up right now. They have nothing to worry about. Impulse doing his best to try to like go up and down. Use the speakers to block some of these shots. But he's down to half of his health, and they're just gonna be playing this rock tank. Next hit should be ready pretty soon. They do have a boomer, they've got a smoker, they've got some solid things. Managed to get a little bit of a pull and a 2. Now the tank can be a little bit safer on this right side since those survivors won't be able to chip him very well. It goes for the jump in the side rear, not gonna have it. He will still have another pass. Trying to keep Bridge over there. I think he found some LOS as these survivors are finally getting onto it. But he's only got maybe 1 or 2 more rock hits, or he's out of health, frankly.
Oh my god, she's gotta get this.
Next
This is
hit coming
super
in, another boomer. They managed to
Land
get
a
a 3
wonderful
boom.
over here, though. If he can just land a rock and keep this rage going, and he
Yeah.
can keep the bleed game. This is really, really powerful.
He can get a little aggressive.
He needs
I mean, with
something. He
3
needs something.
survivors boom, he can really look for a rock here. I feel like he can push up and get another angle on those 2 on the right, maybe.
70%.
Oh,
It's like
that was going up top.
Oh, he's
barely.
so close. He's so close.
Going for 1 more. He did manage to keep Rage through most of that, not take a lot of chips. So that boomer
Still
really enabling him
separation on
to
the
extend
center.
his.
And he's gonna land the pull for the rock. He's gonna land the pull for the rock, and he's now gonna be able to play this out. I believe this can be a wipe, but it's gonna be really close.
Yeah, it's gonna take everything. I mean, this
Hydra is
SI,
black and white right now.
they're going to the stage to get their pills though. They did find the pills.
Oh, do you have more pills down there? Wow.
Yep, there were 2 more sets.
Right. This is
Josie
not-
just took his,
this is
so if they can
very
get the last ones to Sir, they're in a pretty good.
Yeah, they're actually not in a bad spot anymore. They're doing so much damage with the SI hit there that last time, though. That was a good one.
Yeah, definitely. Those huge booms. I mean, if they can get another boom, they still have ways they can turn this into white. But the question is like,
Oh, he's
is
gonna
Impulse
chip and die right now. No, he's gonna chip out and die.
That's Impulse's tank. They do. I mean,
really good tank though at the very end though. Got a lot of damage with his buddy.
yeah, and Sir didn't end up getting kills. They're actually taking the end cap on him to pick him back up. Reset him to 30 health. He is black and white though. So if survivors can find it, they can kill him off. Or infected can find it. They don't have a lot to go on. There's no comments here. They got an easy spawn on this. Charger not managing to find it. Boom gonna go in onto Coach.
That's a white, or that's a walk into the safe room.
Yeah, that's a little bit of delay, but Sir is not in trouble. They're gonna nice and easy with a 382 bonus still.
They did it. 5,100 points just in the
Wow.
finale for themselves.
Round numbers all over the place.
Dark Carnival. For Lost in the Sauce on their home server. That's they'll take home. That's a good one. Jesus. We got a finale here. They gotta, like...
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
play that finale, and there's gonna be an early tank. They've got an early tank to deal with here that they really have to fight in an actual, like, bad place to fight it. Unlike last round, where the survivors snuck out. And we are now going live. IBP popping that boomer on themselves. One boom right there. Charger, Smoker, Hunter. Looks like they're set up to the front. Maybe they're thinking of going closer to the tank spawn. Or holding for the tank spawn. I don't know. But it looks like they're going to wait and hit quite a bit later. Keeping that slowly. There's a couple to the front trying to get the tank to spawn. It does spawn. Charger not going to find its hit though. Just a little bit of delays here by the SI, and the tank is ready. Not going with survivors exit whatsoever, and nobody going for the forklift here on the second half.
Oh.
The survivors are getting super cheeky.
Oh my gosh.
He could have jumped in there, dude. That would have been nuts.
Reloading.
But taking his time. Hydro, once again, with the tank, gonna use his resources wisely. Bring some of those picnic tables in. Single boom going out.
Boom is good.
They have Hunter and Charger along with that.
Still more than falling behind them. Ooh, that table.
6 table hits. Tank almost down to 50%, down to 50% health. Survivors looking for it. SI wiping that Charger. Survivors just melted him down. He manages to start getting punches onto Presto, but starts whiffing. Single punches going out right here. There is a pull happening in the other direction, but that is a dead tank.
Yeah. Good spread out damage though.
Yeah,
But they are able to keep moving. No one has to be picked up.
I mean, technically, that's a better tank take
It
than
is.
we had on the first half. IBP not suffering any in caps. Yeah, all of the damage there really came from the tank getting corners and getting punches. Those SI were really handled by the survivors
Oh
there.
shit, sorry.
Other than the boom that opened things up, pretty clean as far as SI go. Nice double boom happening right there, but the 2-2
Another good
hit,
boomer.
2-2 hit not gonna afford him a whole lot. Impulse getting ready to hit the button to start the finale for the final holdout of this game. I guess we call it the first game of the match.
Yes. The first game of the match.
Survivor's not bleeding yet. I think is
Good hit.
Presto is technically slow. Nice pull to the front right there. A little bit of a rolling.
Lots of damage going on Nick there.
Oh my gosh. Oh no! Impulse
Going
getting
all the way
he's at
down.
like 70 health or something.
What happened to him? No.
And just one really long pull while the rest of the survivors dealt with the jock and some other things. Wow, Impulse just myrtleated on that hit. Next hit, getting ready. We've got Boomer, Charger, Jockey, Smoker, Tregcap. Tregcap with the boom. Gonna go for it. There's no commons in right now for them to play with, but they do manage to. Wow, look at that charge landing and getting an in cap onto Presto, and single boom landing as well.
Scary stuff. They got a lot of damage here in between these tanks.
There's still 4 sets of pills on the stage, but yeah, once again we have like 2 survivors bleeding out for the next tank, and we aren't even at the next tank yet. We've got a whole nother section of hordes.
It's about to be here soon. Is there another section?
I think there is. I think that boom delayed it. Yeah, see, we got horde.
Section. We were not there yet. There's another hit coming in here then. Spitter Tricap.
Indeed. Really taking the time. Here comes the pull. Not gonna land. Hunter looking for it. Impulse gonna eat some spit. Look at that. Spit all over the center console. Survivor's getting out without taking too much damage, but they have definitely knocked Adam and Nagi. Actually, Nagi's sitting at exactly 40 HP. Not slow quite yet. Just one more tick and he would be. That might be it. I don't think we're going to get another set. This should be the tank spawn. Oh, no, we do have one more horde. And yeah, I mean, like, if this tank manages to bleed out these survivors, it should spell the end for them. I mean, they have consumed more and taken more damage in this round than we
There's
saw.
still those sets waiting for them though, like you said, they could do it.
I mean, where this tank spawns can make a difference too, right? Like how difficult is the tank's transition to the main area? Although, like, they can make all these survivors fast, but it's really tenuous.
Here
Like,
comes a hit. Here comes a hit right as tank's gonna spawn. Boomer's coming in too with a really good double.
Nice double. Spit. Not gonna get too much, but that's 2 survivors boom while this tank spawns up. Tank's not in a great spot. He has to make a pretty long rotation to get to that stage, and he's up. Presto doing what he can to get that chip in there. And Tank, yeah, he has nowhere to rotate out of there, actually. He is essentially cornered in that area. As long as survivors can get it together and get positioned, this is a pretty good spot. If you're IBP right now, you're pretty happy with this tank spawn. It's like just going for some LOS. Tank pushing forwards. The survivors may need to pop these pills. SI realizing they're not popping. They're going for a rock right here. 2 cap happening. Rock going in, not going to land. And this tank is going to go back to his little side spot right there. This is going to be some fast LOSing.
Yeah, they're really trying to force this. He's losing out.
They need to pop these pills. He is coming in. Oh, no, just a bait. Wow.
30%, 25. He might lose his pass. He doesn't want to. He wants someone to be able to hit for him. Look at, he's trying to milk it. 20%, 15. The Boomer's going to land a really good double boom here with 10% of his rage in. He's going for a rock.
Rock skeeted. This tank still trying to hold on to his first pass. He's pushing in. This is a boom they're committing with. They've got SI ready for it. They've got a jockey. They've got a smoker. That rock is a landing though.
Fall off 60% health, but he's first pass. Going to play the bleed game. All of them have popped their pills at this point.
There's one more set of pills on the stage.
If they can get he's loftily up there. Has all of his rage back, 90%. But it is slowly declining again while he's waiting for that last.
I mean, I think that was worth it. I mean, keeping first pass here with all of this.
Getting a lot of bleed.
He's gonna look for it again though, down to 25%. His S almost up. They're waiting for the last spawn. They have a smoker. Oh, he goes to second. He's on second.
He's on second. I would still maybe play along. Maybe.
Yeah, as much as he can. Look at that. Nice punches. Getting a lot of damage. Presto gonna get in cap over there. Not able to
rock. But he's gonna land a punch on a Nick. Whoa!
Wow,
He's still gonna have 46% of his HP. He's full on second pass. He's just going to be able to play the long game here, and they are going to bleed out. They are going to bleed out. I think this is going to turn into a wipe.
Presto is black and white right now. Those pills might be going his way. Yeah, it looks like they are.
They just did. They just did.
Here comes the SI hit. Nice quick charge. Onto the shell. Adam at 1 HP now. Jockey not going to get a whole lot there. And the tank still managing to keep a fair amount of sight. 2,000 health still. It's not bad. They do get in a covering position on Adam. Ooh, look at that. We've got Presto with the high speed, trying to put some pressure on that tank. He's down another 1,000 health. Tank looking for it onto Presto. Presto managed to get out of there. Smoke not going to land, but they got the in cap onto Adam. Got the in cap onto.
They're going to live. They're going to barely live.
Oh my gosh, are they going to make the helicopter? I think they're out of bonus.
They're going to barely live. They're going to barely live. They're going.
Yep, that is the wrong side helicopter from where they were sitting. It looks like they're going to... Hunter Spitzer, Boomer 2-2 coming in. That's going to be delayed. Does that hit the guys in the plane? Nagi's taking some damage. Nagi's taking both the guys inside the plane.
Damage right there.
Presto almost going down. Adam is down.
Wow.
You guys just need to die and end it.
Oh, wow.
It's all about distance. If they can get max distance, that's where it's at.
They almost did. That guy died so close.
So final scores here for the first game of the match. The EU game, team lost in the sauce, getting 5,100 points to team Impulse Banks Presto's 26-27. So that is a full 2,005, almost 2,500 point lead.
Yeah. Almost 2,500. Not quite.
Wow.
247 or something. 247 something. 2427. Okay.
Well, that 2627 was their final score.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just writing down the scores so we can do the math, calculate for next round. Yeah, I think that's what you were saying, 2473.
2473. Yeah.
All right,
Something.
2473. So we will see how long the teams take to get set up in that next server. It might take a brief break. I want to stretch my legs, grab another soda from your concession stand, and buy overpriced popcorn. But be back here shortly because the next game's going to start on the NA servers.
NA server!
All right. I will be back myself in just a few minutes.
We are.
Are we whispering? I am. I just got in. They just got in too. Ish. 11 out of 11. All right. So we're still live from the first half, I assume. I don't know. All right. So we are here. We're back. It looks like players getting ready. I don't know how long it'll take them to ready up, but we are going to be getting started with the second half of this match. Game being played on the North American servers this time. That last game was pretty intense.
That was a doozy.
There was some crazy like early SI attacks on like maps 2, 3, and 4. Just like survivors getting wrecked more than we expect them to. Like that. There's that tri-cap.
Pile drive.
Yeah, there's
like a snowstorm.
Pile drive like a snowstorm. I guess you could drive snow into it. You know what? I'm not gonna try. We'll just let it sit there. And no, there's some incredible tanks from both sides, some crazy hittables, and we have so the deficit we decided was 2,473 points. So if Impulse Bank's Presto wants to win here, they need to get ahead by at least 2,400 points here. And it looks like there's been a roster swap for what is their name? Lost in the Sauce.
Lost in the
We've
Sauce.
lost Hydro, and we have Perp, Dr. Sheep, subbing in, who looks to be something of a North American himself. So, is that allowed? Can you have like both EU and NA people on your team and just swap them out when you're on the server that's convenient? That seems really awkward to me, but okay.
I think they're. I don't know.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess, but. Oh, looks like we are going live, so Survivor first here for Impulse Bank's Presto against Lost in the Sauce. Just a reminder, you're here watching the RBT Grand Finals here between the North American Impulse Bank's Presto and the European Lost in the Sauce, and we are on game 2 right now. There's a big lead for just Lost in the Sauce. Nice hit coming in, but Hunter's both getting... Survivor's looking really strong, taking down that jockey as well. Looks like maybe there's a jockey scratch getting coached, but Survivor's doing super fast. I think, are these going to be the same tank spawn?
We'll see.
Because this looks the same. 29% early tank here, going into the hands of Josie.
It is up. Finally spawns. The hunter just spawned up, making some noise.
Doing some scratches, some pounces, some distraction noises. We do have a tri-cap ready, I believe, with Smoker, or Jockey Charger and Hunter. Jockey gonna land, Hunter's gonna get speeded, and Tank not really finding much off of that. He's gonna go for Rock now, not gonna find it. Staring at these survivors though, keeping raid.
Reloading.
Survivors finally getting some LOS in there. Got about 25% off of this tank, and SI is still not going up. Looks like Survivor's heading back toward the spawn. The Boomer's really looking for it, but that billboard is being watched like a hawk by Nick and some of the other survivors. Tank moving up, maybe gonna go for a rock. That Boomer's gonna get popped though. SI don't have a lot to go for here. That's 1,000 points of health off of Josie's tank right there. Survivors haven't taken more than 8 damage the whole round. Wow. That is second pass. This looks like it's going to have to be a commit, forced commit on this. They have a tri-cap. It doesn't look great. Like, I think you kind of want a hunter here. I don't know. But they're going to look for it. Tank down to just 3,500 pull. Not getting set up for the punch. Nice punch happening right there. Tri-cap has occurred. What the heck? Adam is the last one up. Looking for the clear on the
He's
jockey.
gonna be able to save the day, but to what extent? Lots of damage coming out already from this tank. He's not gonna be able to escape though.
Ooh, wow, that tri-cap was just so close to being amazing, but Adam managed to.
Oh my gosh.
The clutch clear is to keep that from being a wipe and turn into just one in cap. Pretty good amount of damage for that tank altogether, though. Good chip all around the board. I mean, keep in mind, they were basically all at 100 health at the start of that tank.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage by all the infected working together.
Yeah, really, really nicely timed tri-cap. The smoker getting the second tongue just at the right time. Charger managing to find something all the way across that big open drive. But it looks like they're going to be holding their next hit for overpass. No Charger here, but they do have a tri-cap with
something.
Gonna be probably have to look for something off of the smoker or the hunter to get that spit. Smoker looking for it in the back. I'm gonna find it briefly, but the hunter was taken down, and so everything else gets cleared super quickly. Survivors not terribly slowed up by this. Gonna make it through the map here. We even have the same alarm car set up here, first alarm car.
Interesting.
Reloading.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get to it in time.
I mean, maybe last second boomer.
Nope.
Looks like survivors taking their time looking through the pills. Doggy managed to find a set. Slowly creeping up here. Charger looks like he wants to go for it. On Rochelle right there. Not managing to get it. Gonna get chopped or and spit. Maybe getting a little bit of damage. But mostly it's just going to come down to this boom here. And you know, boom survivors, maybe it's their chance to run. They can start going, but it looks not getting too much of a speedy push through here. Finally making some moves. That's why I almost have spawn timers coming up again. But yeah, looking nice and clear in front. Not a lot of forest. The survivors could just take this hill. I don't think that smoker could even get a spawn right now. Yeah, there they go. Taking it quick. That'll land in the smoker looking for it from above. Managed to get cleared super quick. Pounces down, and Charger, ooh, not able to land that even with the water. Water slowed in. So wow. We needed to see some strong play from IBP. I mean, other than that tank fight,
They've been consistent, but
yeah, they've been super consistent on their survivor play here, right? Like they haven't really taken anything outside of the tank fight. Absolutely nuts. Could be the last hit right here, coming up on the hill. They do have a tri-cap. Pull to the back, not gonna land. Hunter gonna get skeeted. Boomer doesn't even land, so there's maybe a little bit of pull damage. Scratch or two. But that should be safe room for the survivor team here. Smoker gonna look for last second pull. I bet it's gonna get cleared super quick. Yep. Safe room it is. Wow, if it wasn't for that tank fight.
yeah, tank fight really did the damage that
Yeah, I mean, if literally speaking, if that tank fight just didn't happen, they would be at, I don't know, like 80 health average across the board or something. Pretty nuts. But instead, they managed to get in the safe room with a 508 bonus, which is not too dissimilar to what happened the last time on this map.
yeah,
So,
about 10% or so difference.
yeah, and we've got Lost in the Sauce starting their survivor round. Let's see how they handle that.
We'll have a Presto tank for map 1 here for IBP.
The namesake of the team. House is coming in, not finding anything quite yet. both getting cleared off as they land on LS. A little bit of chip damage from that spit, but survivors not slowed up. They're going to be moving up to start that tank.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Do not see a boomer up yet. No, there is no boomer. It's smoker charger under.
Charger.
And there goes a hit on the run back. Quick little pull there. Nice punch from that charger. So getting some good chip damage there from the 3 SI hit. And tank Presto just taking his time here. Wow, look at that 3 damage click onto him from across the map. Slowly making his way up right here as the survivors retreat back in the car area, getting some very early LOS. Tank actually keeping a little bit of sight. Now they've found it. Dropping fast, down to 60%. Survivors getting out, getting ready for a hit. Tank looks like he's either for a commit or just to get a better position, but he doesn't seem to care about chip. He's got those survivors running scared back to the safe room. They've only done about 200 damage to him. Presto moving in. Now has about 1k health taken off of him as he makes the final push. This looks very similar to their last fight with this tank. About half of his health remaining. Gonna take the punch from that smoker right there. Josie battling the jockey up in front. He manages to get a good, almost corner onto Sir. Does get the in cap. That pull going in right there. Maybe gonna get a final rock. But that should be just about it for this tank. Going for the rock from the bushes, but now he's taking. So 1 in cap coming out of that. And maybe a little damage on the purple too, but basically a 1 in cap tank with that corner on.
They got an end cap though.
Yeah, so like damage wise, they're definitely keeping up. It was not as spectacular of a tank fight. Like the SI was just was pretty powerful in that first half. But they are definitely keeping up in damage, and with the chip damage in here, we'll see how much they manage to chip that down by. I mean, they do have a full 2,400 points that they need to recover in this game. They need to make every hit count here. And
Yeah,
just get
they
as
want
much damage as they
they
can.
want to dig. They want to dig into this.
Dig into the survivors and just eat away that bonus. They do have a charger here. They've got charger spitter. I mean, they could make a hit happen here. There goes the pull, looking for it. Manages to land a couple caps right there, but the spit can't find any solid cappers to land on.
That was a pretty good take.
Yeah, survivors taking it nice and slow. They cleared out. There was not a lot of board in their way there as they took that hit, so we're able to just take their time. They're pushing up past the alarm car. Should be able to skip the alarm car, no problem. Maybe we'll shoot it in, just like we saw happen last round. Ellis dropping down, maybe trying to bait something out. There goes the boomer from below, looking like he wants to go in. He does manage to find a triple boom. Nice separation, pounce up front. They're not getting that clear very quickly. Oh, not quite getting a little bit too late on that second one. But some good damage nonetheless.
Whichever boom's gonna hold them up, they're not gonna be able to even think about taking the drop. I think they can get a hit if they wanted to, but they might wait.
Yeah, SI
They're gonna wait.
trying to set up. Looks like they're setting up for post drop right here. Charger and Smoker getting these side spawns. SI are heading in. There's the pull. There's the charge. Only 1 charge though, and it's gonna get cleared super quick. Nice pounce and spit though. A little bit of common slowing him up, but not by much. He's gonna keep going, and the scores are neck and neck right now. As far as bonus for this map.
Oh my. Yep, and they're about to walk up the hill. This is gonna be the last hit.
That way we've got Boomer Charger. So 2-2 hit right here. This can't do a whole lot. They don't even have a smoker to play with right here. We're gonna have these chargers and jockeys running in from across the map. Boomer gonna get popped.
Safe house ahead.
Oh boy, maybe some last second scratches here, right by the door. They're waiting for the survivors to push in. There goes the charge. Gonna get mowed down. Jockey not even able to get the scratch, and Spit just gonna get a little bit of delay right there. They managed to chip off 7 points. And that is the safe room. Wow, that's going to put the scores really neck and neck right here. 900 to 908 for map 1 of the second game of this match.
Man, tie game almost.
Yeah, it's
That is not what you want if you're IBP.
no. 8 points down, and that's, so what is that? 2,468 points to go or so. 66.
A lot.
2473 was our differential.
Wow.
Last round, last game. So map 1 gonna basically be a wash here for IBP. Lost in the sauce, keeping it super close. They're gonna really make IBP work for this if they want to get that win. They looked so powerful, in fact, inside on their home server and managing to keep up their survivor in North America. SI spawning pretty early with this tri-cap. They've got a boomer here for the Hunter going for DP question mark. Thug life just bouncing back and forth. Presto going for the chip, not actually getting much of it. Oh, this SI stumbling into each other right there though. Not really managing to get anything off it. It looked like they were going to be able to like maybe all go after Presto there, but did not get much off of it. They got 6 damage. I think that was from a full. And Survivors making good time off of that. Yeah, I think these are the same tank spawns as the last game. Nice and consistent here. Competitive left it. So we're gonna see that top of the ladder tank once again. Next hit is ready here. Hunter is coming in. This is a tri-cap, or quad-cap, not quite gonna land though. Briefly, along with that charge. And the pull in the back. Survivors making very good time though. Once again, IBP on their survivor side, not really taking much damage from the SI hits at all. I mean, this is okay chip. This is okay chip on the survivors. This is not. I mean, in comparison to what we've seen, this is probably what you should expect out of a high-level game.
They gotta climb up to this ladder and then spawn the tank. So we're gonna have this hit here.
Yeah, we saw this hit in the alley and then the tank afterwards. Last game too, these are pretty strong here. They have a 2-2 though, which could be really good here if they manage to get these caps to land. Jockey looking for it. They managed to get some stumbles on Nick, but it's all stumble. And not a huge amount of spit damage on stream, so Impulse kind of eating up the damage for his team this round. That tank is going to spawn over by the roller coasters where we saw spawn last time. Tank spawned at the bottom. Survivors can try to chip him as he runs up. They've got to get themselves the weapons they want, get themselves. And it looks like the tank, you know who the tank will be. It's going to be Perp Tank.
Reloading.
Looking maybe Sunday hit. No.
Hit going in on the no, that's just sacking the smoker there. This might be the SI they want. These boomers have been really good in this spot, and they also have a charger and a 100 to go along with it. Almost down to half health right now. Boomer does manage to get one. Nice corner, looks like, on Impulse. Charge lands. That charge is going to get cleared though, and Impulse is going to be standing up once again. Tank looking for the next. Oh my god! Nagi is dead! Perp trying to stay alive right now, and he only has one SI to help him out right here. Gonna throw some dumpsters up just to waste some time. He has 8, he doesn't have a lot of health, he can't do anything on his own, he needs SI. Oh my gosh, I say that, and he finds a punch railing onto Presto. They still are nowhere near getting this pickup, and SI are now off the dumpster, almost cutting the face off of Presto right there. Nice pull to the front. Adam gonna stop the pickup, looking for the clear on the smoker. He does finally get it. Charger looking for the charge onto Adam. Adam's the last one left. Now he's pushed himself down the slide. Tank is dead. finally killing off the
Oh
tank,
my
but-
gosh, the tank is dead!
Can't believe it. He finally ran out of health.
Hey, I'm reloading.
He might be able to get these
Hey, get your
pickups.
ass up now.
Be able to.
Spitter, yeah, no, this is a pickup. All he has to do is, yeah, finish that pickup. But Nagi just is completely dead. With his NA pink prowess.
Dude, did you see
It
that?
was a double punch too. He got a double punch and Nagi went flying off
In a hand.
to an instant death in the corner. That is not what you want to see if you're on IBP right now, but if you're on Lost in the Sauce, I think you're thanking your player swap out there and they're like, yeah, this is working out. That's
Thank
what I
you,
want
lucky
to see.
stars.
That was Incorleopolis, as they say.
Double punch is awesome. Good. Both of them, send them flying.
Let's see, survivors. Here comes the next thing. Whoa, double charge happening. Gonna get cleared part way through. And actually a separation pull. They might be able to clear that. It's not easy though. Jockey trying to mess with them just chip damage here and there. These survivors still looking pretty healthy. They should be able to make this run to the safe room as long as they don't get tracked out. I feel like they're gonna make it, no problem.
They're gonna do it! Maybe the last hit right here, they do it. Oh, good pop.
Nice. So they've got Charger and Smoker. Can be okay for going for a tricap. And the last SI is a Spitter, so yeah, no tricap even happening here until Thug's Life Swan comes up. Survivors may be able to just rush this safer.
Oh,
The only
man,
force
they're gonna go right in.
no,
They're gonna go right in.
no tongue cut happening right there. They do clear it very quickly, and the Charger is down. So they've got a Hunter remaining. And the Smoker is actually still up. Oh, pull in the back happening with the interception cap. Double pistols there from Impulse. Able to get the clear on the Hunter, but oh, that's an 8 cap on the... Maybe not
It's gonna
respecting
turn.
that last hit. But Survivors do make the save for him. Wow. Very much at the end of the rope though. 51 bonus for IGP making it into that save for him.
Yeah, they barely made it. Barely made the safe room.
They're really gonna need to make a wipe happen on that tank. I bang Presto. No, that's not it. Impulse bangs Presto. Man, I keep saying IBP and I'm messing my own self up by calling it that because I'm like, oh, they're I by power, but they're not. Hopefully, they're not throwing for skins. But they've got a, I don't know. They need to make it a wipe with that tank to stand there. I mean, as it stands, Hulk Hunter not able to quite make it into the safe room. He does land for 1 point of damage. Charger not going to get his punch right there. So actually, Lost in the Sauce, looking pretty good on that opening hit, trying to make some distance here. I mean, as it stands, they're like, if they magically wipe the survivors now, that's 500 points ahead they are. And they need to make it, I mean, they need to make them about 2,500 points ahead. So that would leave them, what, 3 maps to get 2,000 points? That is possible. That's certainly possible, but if they don't start getting some wipes here, it's going to look more and more difficult to make up those points. Look at this slow play by,
Reloading.
They're taking time.
Agent Spitter.
And he's finally.
Hunter's got
Boomer
down.
doesn't have a spawn until late though, but he's gonna land a boomer at the tail end of that hit.
Getting a fair amount of spit damage on this sir there. Just chaining caps on him in that awkward little spot. Manages to get 30 something spit damage from the coach. But the survivors get through the next choke pretty cleanly. SI. Ooh, can they even hit there, or will they lose? If they hit here, will they lose alleyway? Kind of looks like they're skipping this
Yeah,
one over alleyway. Maybe stacks for alleyway. Boomer's going for it. Yeah, that's a sack. Probably gonna hope to get a spitter off of.
Reloading.
Reloading.
But the rest of the hit looks alright for the alley.
Reloading.
Can't complain about any of the cappers really. And Nagi finally getting here. It's a quad cap. They may go for it quick. I mean, you don't really want to hit it on the ladder. There goes Jockey. Gonna get on 2 right there. Nice double charge and a cap on the other side. Not able to find any sort of an intercept with this other hunter. Adam stands up and tries to walk away. But he's been a witness to the crime. Witnesses cannot be left to live. In a game of Left 4 Dead.
Reloading.
Alright, Tank is now coming up into the hands of Impulse. He's got to rush right up that staircase. Good shit going into him. 3,500 health. He's going to push up here down to 4,000. Smoker looking for the pull. Not going to find it. Tank actually separating the survivors a little bit. They're going to clear that Jockey in the back. The SI, look, they just keep backing up here. Impulse taking him into a corner, but the SI don't have a whole lot to do. He manages to pull a charge in to try to help the Tank get his next target. Impulse maybe gonna get that. No, not even gonna get the in cap onto Thug Life. Single in cap right there.
What a play. Being
Yeah,
able to
wow.
all be there and shipping the tank from the get-go and just being able to run those spawns.
Yeah, the SI were not ready for that move at all with their positioning there. The Jockey ended up going in without really any support. Got cleared before the Tank could help them out. And Survivors, I mean, that's a risky spot to be for Survivors. Tank did not manage to find any punches off the roof or anything like that. And yeah, but they just kind of had their heyday with it.
Reloading.
And they are gonna take the lead here.
Reloading.
Gotta reload.
Reloading.
Oh my gosh. You're not kidding. Yeah, they have. There's over 600 bonus waiting for them at the end of this round. And here comes a hit with some spit. Maybe gonna manage to get Perp's health down a little bit here.
Oh,
He's gonna pop his kills and keep running them. But that chipped off about 180 points.
My gosh.
Sitting at 516.
So 10 times the amount of points they did.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, there's 50 on that first round. And wow, not even a final hit gonna make it in here. Survivors rushing that
10
same
times the amount of points that they did.
Lost in the sauce. Certainly not looking sauce right now.
Jeez.
So now they are 3,000 points ahead over Impulse Bangs Presto in this final match. We still do have 3 maps to go though. Anything could happen.
Anything.
But, I feel like we've seen like such good survivor play from IBP on the normal infected hits. Like their
Yes.
survivor play
Yes.
in a vacuum, their like neutral play has been great. But then when those tanks come in, I don't know, it's like they're
We don't know.
I feel like it's just lost
I
in the
actually
sauce.
don't know.
Tank play has just been so strong. I don't know if IBP is missing anything in particular, but
Maybe they're lost in the sauce, and that's the reason they're winning.
that's the key, is to get lost in the sauce, and then you'll be the boss. I'm sorry. Tank percent. Do we know tank? I mean, I'd probably have it in my chat log somewhere forever ago. Run goes live. Yep, 24%. So Adam gonna become the tank here. Decide getting ready for that early hit. We have 2 hunters ready and raring to go.
They are all pre-spawned.
What is this? I feel like this is not the place you want to pre-spawn. That spitter gets taken out before the spit can even come out. All of these hunters and the boomer in the room. Boom not even gonna land. Pounces actually do manage to land though, getting a little bit of chip damage. Boomer getting some nice boomer slaps. At least one. And Survivor's probably gonna spawn this tank right here. I mean, they do have to be a little careful about not getting too hoarded on their retreat. So they could take their time, but they can definitely get the tank to spawn out before SI has their spawn.
What is this? We're getting spawns right now with a charger. Let's see what they'll do here.
Not gonna send that AI charger in. Always nice. Display sportsmanship. Gonna go for the hole actually landing in the back there as that tricap went in. And gonna hide here with this tank. Don't want to take any extra chip. I mean, this is almost always a commit tank, so you just keep your health high until the last moment. He is sneaking up a little bit, but I think the survivors know he's coming. Not gonna find that curved rock. Looks like they do have a boomer here. Boomer and jockey and charger. That's not a bad setup to go in with. This might be the commit from Adam. He is going to second pass. Wow, that rock actually looking pretty good. Tank is going to start rolling in now. Lots of shotguns all around. It's a quad shotgun here. Two boom, gonna happen. Looking for the separation on Coach. He can't get the punch. Looking for a rock to make up for it. He manages to get one rock. He needs to start finding some more separation here. Dog Life kind of separated on his own right there. We have a corner on the end. That charge does finally get cleared though. Most of the survivors just juking past the tank and managing to help out with the SI. We have one survivor down. Adam trying to cover it. Nice! Wow. Rock touching the feet of Josie right there. This is a chaotic fight, or it was, and now this tank very much quartered like a wounded animal. Purple going in for the melee hit to finish him off. Like he knows what HP he's at. And that is going to be it for the tank. Wow. Yeah, I could barely keep up with like the SI action on that tank. Things were kind of all over.
That'll keep me
That
tight.
boomer was good, but nothing else. I don't think.
Yeah,
helped
the
him out
tank.
enough.
I feel like the split decision by the tank didn't work out. Like maybe he should have gone for the boom people a bit more. He ended up going like committing for this punch that ended up flipping. But next hit coming in, managed to get a brief pounce. Smoke not finding it in the back, and actually that spit mostly getting avoided by the survivors. But yeah, survivors. There's a fair amount of map to go, but like as we saw last round, the event doesn't have to be super crazy. They do have two people bleeding out, so they can't sit forever. But they can sit a pretty long time if they want to, and they'll probably be able to play the event similarly. Charge coming in the back.
Get out of the goo!
Spit landing a little bit on that, but once again, survivors getting pretty easy clears on these. Finally switching up for some Suses here. It's interesting. I feel like we didn't see Lost in the Sauce go so many shotguns on the EU server. Maybe I just forgot about this. I was surprised to see them on so many shotguns. Guess they are pretty good closer.
Over this fence.
They're doing it. They're... The other one's in the lead right now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's their game to lose at this point. They've got, and they found some extra kills. Sir's holding on to them. They'll be able to pop them if necessary. The SI hit right here. It looks like the SI are setting up for a standard coaster hit. But I feel like these survivors, this boomer getting dropped. I mean, these survivors aren't that interested in moving. They do have two bleeding, but they're pretty high health that if they manage to do okay against the commons, they could sit here for a long time. It is a ton of commons though. At 225, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do you have any insight here? Invested?
They're gonna. You will be right in the fact that they will run out of ammo. They're gonna need to go back for him, so they'll need to take that shotgun at some point. I don't think that they could just hold out the entirety of the horde. I mean,
There's a quad cap for the infected, so do you think the infected are just gonna wait for him then this whole time?
no.
Reloading!
I think what we have here is a Mexican standoff.
I think they really are waiting.
Gotta reload!
Yep. Yeah, SI not gonna spring the hit to let the survivors go. They're gonna take as much bleed as they can here. That doesn't mean there won't be any commons when they finally do take that choke point. And they are out of pills. What is Josie at right now? Josie's slow at 36 HP.
Already slow, yeah.
I don't know if Sir's gonna bleed out that far, but he's certainly heading in that direction. They do have a lot of forward left. Hunter Priest making some noise.
They are just gonna have to fight it. And they're gonna then be knowing that they're gonna try and conserve as much ammo as possible. They might actually have guns. Never know, because they're going for the look at they're going for the axe kills now and the pistol kill.
I don't know if that's because they're already out of ammo. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of people on pistols. No, it looks like they're switching back to the shotguns. Alright, so they do manage to get going. Josie is still slow. It's time to go for this hit. They do have the charger. Looking for it right there. They managed to hit purple! Not going to be an end cap, but they land the charge.
Oh, unlucky. He only fell a very short distance. He did not actually get in cap.
Reloading.
Yeah, but they did get a pretty good amount of damage off of that. I don't know. I feel like it was worth it saving that hit. That was a ton of bleed.
You're slow.
Yeah, we've got Josie at 14 health, Sir at 7 health. They did find some pills. It looks like they're not going to pass the pills. Purple's just going to hold on to them there at the front. So these survivors are going to go nice and slow. I guess they'll save them for like maybe when Sir's black and white. Oh, nice single boom into spit. Getting both of those low survivors in capped right there.
Come on.
So this should be just a standard horde though, and then the survivors will go on their way. Sir probably gonna pop those pills.
Ammo here.
So we have 3 fast survivors now. Purple is really close to going slow at 41 HP, but there's only a couple more hits left. Oh, it looks like they found pills for Josie too.
Wow, now they are all fast for the moment.
Yeah, until Purple loses those 2 HP. That's
It
it's
is
a fast set
really
of
dangerous.
survivors. Last hit getting ready here. Pre-spawn Smoker getting taken down there by Sir. Pounce gonna land for a little bit of damage, and another Pounce getting skeeted right in front of him. Oh, Charger looking for the charge back, but it's not gonna happen. Nice quick. And that should be safe for him. All the survivors are still fast and will stay fast all the way up to that safe room. There goes no chance for Nagi to even spawn right there. Yeah. Safe room with 2868 on the board, a 350 bonus on the away server for Team Lost in the Sauce.
They're even putting up sizable bonuses here. Just they're going through with it.
High ping, no problem. Single boom manages to land there. As the survivors push out on the second half, we'll see if Impulse Bank Presto has what it takes to make him back with some bonus here. Wow, actually sizable amount of damage on the Presto already.
Wow.
That spit, they took another spit for an extra 8 damage.
Reloading.
And tank will be spawning up before too long. SI do have a hit for it. They could choose to hit on the tank spawn.
Ooh, Boomer!
Crazy,
Managing to
nice.
still land the triple!
Jockey's pre-spawned in the front. Charger still a ghost, but looking to going for a hit. Getting a stumble there onto Adam, just punches back onto Adam there, taking him down another 10 or 15 health. Now the tank will be spawning out as the survivors make their way back to the safest area. Thug Life is going to be playing the tank here. Water slowdown has been reduced while the tank's in play. So that tunnel of water not going to be tripping anybody up today. Nice pop on the Boomer on front. Nagi playing it a little forward. Getting a little antsy, looking for some chip on that tank. There is a smoker set up ready to support that tank if he gets pushed too hard. Looking for the curved rocks. Those get a little harder on high ping too. I feel like that could have been curved a bit more. Tank moving up. He has on second pass. It's time to go in. Looking for separation. SI pre-spawning in the back right now. Jockey getting cleared off. Smoker getting juked around by Nagi right here. Tank finally finding corner in the back. There are two SI up front, but they're both getting cleared off cleanly by Nagi and Impulse. And the tank swinging around for whatever punches he can get. That's Presto. Oof. Not getting that last punch to get the end cap. So Impulse bangs Presto actually coming out without an end cap there.
Yeah, somebody gonna need these.
They're on the move. They need to go.
Have to go quick like. Yeah, they I mean this is looking like their best tank performance of this this game so for Impulse bangs to Presto. And yeah, on the infected Thug Life, I mean they'd be doing okay separation, but the SI just kept getting juked by Nagi and Impulse on the other side. Another quick boom hit came and went right there. And Sprout's still moving pretty fast. Nice parkour there from Presto, catching up with the rest of his team. Time to get ready for the drop. SI are ready for this drop with a pretty solid hit. They have spin. There's a bunch of commons down below. It kind of looks like the survivor is going to take their time and clear out a bunch of that board before taking the drop.
This is gonna be a really scary one.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and think about like morale-wise, if you take a ton of damage here. There goes the charge. Not gonna land, but we do have a pull to the front that is landing. Separation spit happening. Ooh, so I think a good amount of punches actually went out in the back there, but no spit damage off that.
Reloading here.
Reloading!
I think that charger got a stumble or a double punch. That's what it looked like. But survivors moving pretty fast. They can't even get. There's an extra set of pills. I guess they don't notice it. Aren't interested yet. Maybe they'll hit the button and go back. Boomer gonna get popped right there. Hunter jumping straight up in the air. The old.
You only have two spawns now.
Yeah, only. Oh, are they gonna? You think they'll rush it?
You never know.
I mean, they definitely could. I don't know. Spawns are coming out. They have a smoker and ghost. Jockey, if they can kill off this jockey. Smoker to the front. That's a pull. Charger looking for it. Nice clear on the charger.
God.
Boomer taken down in the back. That was clean. They had the commons on him, but they put the pressure on the SI to make it move. And just got all the right kills at exactly the right time.
Scary. Watch though. They're on the move. They're running.
They found more pills, and there should be one more set of pills too, right? That the other survivors found? I guess they didn't need those extra pills back. Since they're making such good time, they can get that one more set. SI have an okay hit right here. They need to be careful not to take too many caps with that spit. Charge actually does land onto Coach. Pretty good spit spread. He's got a lot of God frames though. Wow, he had so many God frames.
He's going. Oh no!
Adam, no! Adam,
Oh,
please!
he did so much damage to you.
Oh man. Oh, that makes up for the God Flames, I think. That Hunter pounce, I was just watching Coach there. He stayed red for so long and just instantly walked out of the spin. But wow. Adam not watching where he's going, getting caught up a little bit. Oh, there's a charge! Oh, charge gets cleared, but two people are off this. Tons of damage. Or tons more than you'd really like to see on these survivors. Two of them have dropped. They can hit the button. I don't know if the button does anything. It always feels like it doesn't do anything. Survivors will be able to catch up. They do still have that smoker up. Sneaky smoker going for the despawn, manages to get it. So they need to be careful of a full hit right here, really. Smoker looking for it. Pound's gonna land right there. Good delay. Smoker getting the pull onto Adam. He finds the survivor by himself. Manages to get a spawn, and wow. IBP looking so good after the opening of the coaster. But this return, this last area, just putting them to their paces. They still are up in bonus compared to Lost in the Sauce, and they do make it there. Jockey not able to make it in time. Smoker not able to find the pull. So this should be safer for these survivors. Maybe some last minute chips here and there if these SI can find some good spawns. Places to put. Scratches from the Hunter. Survivor hunting down that Smoker, but that's going to be safe for him. So finally, IBP scratching back a few of those points. We've got a 588 bonus for them.
They're still behind.
Lost in the Sauce in the lead on the North American half. So what's that leave us with? Like 2,600 points behind.
I mean, it could be, maybe, I guess.
I think it is. We got two more maps.
Two more maps.
I mean,
I
what
guess
is
it's possible.
max bonus? Is 1,000 here, it looks like. 1,000 and something. Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot of points to get just a couple of maps. Seems suspicious.
Seems fishy.
Get these pills.
I'm grabbing pills.
Well,
Screaming out.
yeah, we've got the round going live. That Hunter looking for the DP. Restart chapter. Forgot about tank. Oops, not or good. They're voting no. They're not going to restart the map. Wait, they want a different tank? Is that what's going on? I mean, an earlier tank would be in favor of IBP. I don't know if it's going to matter a whole lot. Adam is just bouncing back and forth here. And it looks like survivors are coming out. Skeet goes. And another Skeet goes in. Team Skeets all around on these Hunters. That's going to be the hit. 2 damage on the board, maybe from this. And we're going to be grooving. Purple scoping out the accessory tape. Not finding anything he wants. And that's
the next hit.
Yeah, helicopter time. Survivors pushing forward again. Pay no mind. The ear blasting of the helicopter. And SI opting to go for a much more further forward hit. These SI just keep readjusting further forward in the map. When are they going to hit?
Oh no!
They're going to hit at the barge.
They're waiting so far now.
Oh my gosh, that's yeah. I mean, that's basically one choke point lost. They've had one hit this whole map so far, and the survivors are currently 49%. 50% of the map. Hit. And we'll see if they manage to make this hit. I mean, they have a quad cap. They're looking for it. Oh, this is tank spawn. Going for the hit right now. They managed to land the charge. That might have been one of those goofy charges, actually. No, it wasn't. Nagi is the tank.
The greatest.
That's a pretty good delay, and they still have the smoker up. The tank, oh, he's ready. The survivors are pushing forward. Are they going to run into this? They should know he's here. You can hear those footsteps, punch, going in, separating. No, he's actually going for the corner, question mark. Tank getting surrounded by these survivors, down to about half health. There are no SI. Purple taking the punches, but he managed to pop pills. There's no in cap there. These SI need to do something now, but Nagi's tank is dead. Wow. That was... I feel like that was such a risky play by Lost in the Sauce, but it completely worked out for them. They managed to get all the survivors in the room with that tank and just rail into him. This is not what IVP wants to see. That was a play right there. Oh, that cannot feel good for Nagi and IVP. Spitter going in and sacking right there, basically. Charger. I think the wind may be out of the sails of these infected. That was not close for one like an SI hit.
Ammo here.
And we have another hit ready.
Boomer now. They got a boomer.
Actually going for a hit this time, getting some damage onto Rochelle right there. Boom's gonna go in, getting a single boom. Oh, single boom is real bad right here. These survivors are just gonna go and rush up and block somebody's. That's safe room. They are in the safe room off of that last hit. That was the easiest run I've ever seen survivors take there. Oh my word. Oh, that's like... There were like 4 SI hits in that whole map, by the way. Like,
wow.
One at the barn, one at the start, maybe one at the tank, if you count that. So 5. What a map for a team Lost in the Sauce. That is just... I mean, do you call that insult to injury at this point? They're just looking so dominant in this game, and IBP not able to find any way to put the brakes on the just barreling train that is Lost in the Sauce right now.
One thing, I'm grabbing pills.
Yeah, that was an insane round.
I hear a hunter.
We've got Sir looking for the DP again, not gonna find it. Hunter's coming in, managing to get a little bit of damage here and there. Reasonable damage on the board.
Reloading.
Survivor's gonna do their best to move on forward. See how many hits Lost in the Sauce manages to make happen on this map. They are pushing forward through the helicopter a little. Spawns are getting blocked. They're losing this hit right here as long as Rochelle doesn't sit back behind too long. Yeah, no, this hit is pretty much gone. Oh, they are managing to find spawns. Survivors waited up for him. Charger gonna drop down on Ellis's head. Manages to charge 2 of them and a pounce landing in the back and a jockey. The rolling 2 cap right there. Oh my gosh.
No, they all took damage on that hit. Every single one of them.
Yeah, that was a nutty amount of damage.
And they have a tank now.
Tank is up in the room.
Tank's now spawning.
Are these survivors gonna try the same thing? It really looks like it.
Oh! Oh!
Hey Nagi, what's up? How's it going? He's gonna not. He does pop his pills, but they don't pick up in time. Tank gets the in cap. Ella's gonna go down next. Do you even need to send SI in at this point? Oh, the SI are dead. Rochelle not even in cap. They've actually been getting killed in. The tank's been splitting around. So not gonna be a wipe.
So much damage going out though.
Yeah, that is nutty. We have all the survivors picked up and they're making their way through the map. But their bonus is just nowhere to be found at this point, down to about 340. They're already 400 points behind on this. We'll see if the SI can finish it up for Lost in the Sauce as IBP tried to make it to the safe room in spite of the odds. Nagi Stuck in the back,
my.
almost getting left for dead.
The Charger's gonna come in here and end his life. Impulse is dead. Impulse is dead.
Wow.
His life, I believe, sooner
That
or
charge
later.
was cleared like as soon as it hit Impulse too.
Oh my god.
Flew off of the back, off the rooftop.
What an unfortunate end. They mourn his dead. They mourn their dead. They went and mourned him.
That's what gives the banging Presto. Boom goes in there to get a single boom. They do have a tri-cap. Looks like they're looking for the hit. Charger getting a nice rocket spawn. He manages to land it. That's one cap away. Nuggy, you gotta get the skeet. He does not. And that's the tri-cap. Impulse Bang Presto going down on map 4 here of their home game. They are now 3,500 points behind. Almost 3,600 points. And that's the GG being called. GG being called by IBP. So congratulations. Lost in the sauce, taking the tournament and in a dominant fashion. Oh my gosh, it looked so close. They looked like, you know, what do you call that? The fundamentals were there on IBP, on their survivor round, on their away game, they were there, but the tank play, I feel like in particular, just the sick hits and the sick tank plays just going in favor of Lost in the Sauce over and over again. Wonderful game. Sorry to see it end like that, but I mean it was really beautiful from Lost in the Sauce. So congratulations to our tournament winners there for the really big tournament number 4 grand finals, and commiserations to Impulse Briggs Presto, our number 2 slot for the tournament.
Yeah, it was such an intense game. They definitely put on a show.
Definitely. I think that, I mean, for a Dark Carnival game too, and I'm not normally a big fan of Dark Carnival, that had some really good tank fights in it for going both ways. Just really, really good match. All right. Well, I think that's about it for me here. We've seen the game. Congratulations to Lost in the Sauce. Really incredible fight. Any parting thoughts, Invested?
Congrats on being the winners of RBT4. That's it. That is it.
That is it. You heard it here first, folks. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed watching the cast. It's always fun coming back and doing some of these. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you'll tune in for future Left 4 Dead events. And hope you had fun watching. We'll see you guys next time.